Good afternoon, my name is Trinity Boyd. Today I'm going to be going over my phonics lesson. I'm chose to do my lesson today on constant digraphs. My lesson is geared toward first grade. Today's date is September 22nd, 2019. The number of minutes is 15 minutes. My teacher objective is the teacher will read words with common constant digraphs. My standard is CCSS ELA Literacy RF 1.3A. It says knowing the spelling sound correspondence for common constant digraphs. In a review, we have recently talked about consonant blends. Now, my behavioral objective for consonant blends was the learner will orally pronounce words with constant blends with at least 85% accuracy. As a review, I have a game. The teacher will assess learners on the ability to pronounce words using consonant blends. The learner will choose the correct ending to match the consonant blends. Now, I found this little game on ABC Yeah, www.abc Yeah. This game is with farm animals. Before the game begins, you are to go and pick out the consonant blends that you want the kids to review. It's like CL, PL, DR, CH, ST, any kind of blend. They have a ton of them on there that you can use. For example, when given the blend DR, the learner will pick the correct letters that match the blend to make a word. Now, at the bottom of the screen under the blend, it may have the choices AG, OG, or AT. And the word that I would use that would make sense would be to drag the word or the AG to the DR to make the word drag. And the purpose of this lesson is that they will be able to, match up the review of the consonant blends. And I'm going to pull that video up just a second. In the video you are to there's a spinner at the bottom. You're going to spin, and it's like a traditional board game where when you spin the number, the spinner lands on a number, and that's the number of spaces you'll move. So this gives you the choice of 1, 2, 3, or 4. So you would spin the spinner holding down your mouse, and then it will show you a consonant blend. Can you just say, put it right here where you can see it. And I'm going to hold the mouse down. So the consonant blend I'm given is TR. So it gives me the ART, the double E, and the IDE. So I'm going to move my mouse over the TRE, and I'm going to drag it to there and make the word tree. So then it's the other player's turn. And then he'll have his turn, then it's your turn again. And you'll do the same thing by holding the spinner down. So the consonant blend I'm given is CL, and it says CLA. So the choices are EY, EEP, and AP. And then I'm going to drag the AP and make the word clap. Now, after that game, after you've done a couple of the review of the consonant blends, we'll move on to the purpose of this lesson. And the purpose of this lesson is the objective is to understand. The purpose of this lesson is to read words with constant digraphs. This lesson is important because learners need to be able to identify that some letter combinations represent a new sound that is different from the sounds represented by each letter separately, or that one of the two letters is silent. And then the learner will be able to build spelling, sound correspondence, and read more fluently. Continuity of this lesson is past is yesterday. We orally pronounce words with consonant blends. Today we will read words with consonant digraphs, and then in the future we will read words with R-controlled vowels. The objective is the learner will pronounce words with consonant digraphs to make decoding faster and more accurate. For a motivational video, the learner will show an educational video that gives the first glimpse of what words with consonant digraphs. I chose to do the Jack Hartman video, and he does a good video on digraphs and some of the digraphs that we're going to go over in the lesson today. The SH, TH, CH, WH, PH. I'm going to pull that video up, and it's going to be a little song. The video is about 3 to 4 minutes long, but I'm only going to show you a short clip of it.
Digraphs have two letters. Digraphs make one sound. Digraphs have two letters. Digraphs make one sound. Letter S, we say S. Letter H, we say H. Put the letters together and they make a new sound. Sh, sh, sh. You hear the sh sound in these words. Shake, shake, shake. Shine, shine, shine. Shark, shark, shark. Letter T, we say T. Letter H, we say H. Put the letters together and they make a new sound.
Now, after that video has finished playing, the next thing we're going to do is move into our procedures for our activities. The objective for our activities is the learner will recognize and pronounce words with consonant digraphs with at least 85% accuracy, and they're going to be using understanding and applying. Now, the materials you'll need for this is just the poster board and the picture cards. It's an informal activity. It's an observation and it's a whole class activity. This is called Sort the Digraphs. The student will be given a picture card that is missing a digraph. For example, my picture is weather. There's the weather. And what is the digraph that is missing in the word weather? And the learner would hopefully respond with TH. The teacher will put the card under the digraph TH, like so. I have a couple of others right there, and I would stick the TH under the weather right there. Right here, put that there. And then the teacher would then continue to pass out the picture cards to every student, and every student would be able to get up and come and put the digraphs in either the SH spot, the TH spot, the CH spot, or the WH spot. And they will take turns bringing their cards to the poster, placing them into the correct diagrams. And then we will break the students into pairs for our second activity. Our second activity is called Consonant Digraph Scooped, like this. That's what it's called. And in this game, there will be task cards around the room, and I have my task cards in a little bag. ahead and open them up and pull one or two of them out. And on my task cards, they're going to decide whether the picture begins with SH, CH, or TH. And for instance, this one is a shoe, and so I would circle the I would circle the SH, and then I would get my recording sheet, just give it right here, and I would look at the corresponding number. So if shoe is the number 10, I would look for the number 10 on the box right there, and it is there, and I would write the word shoe. Now that game would, go through about 4 or 5 pictures as a review, and there's a total of 20 spaces on here. So if you have a small group of kids, this would work really well. You can place 2 or 3 around different spots in the room and let them switch spots, and they'll continue that game for the next 5 or 6 pictures and then switch to different group. Okay. For my closure, it would be under evaluation, and it would be the teacher asks the student the following questions, and the students will respond on a half sheet of paper or notebook paper. And I would ask what digraph is used in the word lunch. Is it CH or SH? And then what digraph is used in the word chase? Is it CH or SH? And the things that they'll need for that would be a notebook, pencil, and paper. This is an oral response, and then it is for individual students. The homework that we would have is called roll a digraph. It looks like this. Looks like that. It's called roll a digraph. And what they'll need for this is 2 game pieces. Now what I did was I just used 2 little post-it squares. I cut a little post-it up and made that. And they can complete this homework with their family as a little game, family involvement game. They'll need the 2 little pieces, and then or however many pieces they need per player, and then a die, just 1 die. They will put all the pieces on start. Here's the start. Put all the pieces on start right there. And then it says they'll roll the dice to see what number they get. So I'm going to go ahead and roll the dice. And it landed on a 1. So there's the 1. And on the 1 it says move to the first letter that starts with CH. So I would look and start at my start key. And I would say, okay, I'm going to move until I find the first CH word. So that's a sheep. No, that doesn't start with CH. It starts with SH. And then it's a chain. Okay, so chain starts with CH. So I'm going to move my piece onto the CH mark. And then it would be the next person's turn. They would keep playing that game until they have reached the finish line or the ending of that game. Then for the early finishers, I have a handout right here. It's called Diagrams, and it's for the students to work on silently once they finish. And this activity provides students with extra practice with reading words. And what they'll do is they'll put the correct words in the column. So you have the SH, the CH, the WH, and the TH. So for instance, if I say the word thunder, I would put thunder under the TH category because thunder. And all that requires is the diagraph worksheet and a pencil, and it's an individual activity. And you're applying and evaluating the diagrams that were used. For the next category, we have the special needs, and it says the students with the reading disability will have a professional or teacher that will model more of the diagraphing sorting activity. The paraprofessional or teacher will orally say the words with diagraphs given in the YouTube video as we did with the procedure. The students will sort the words on a poster board. If the student is still in need, the professional or teacher will orally read the diagraphs not given in the sorting activity or a comparison to the ones in the video. If the student is an English language learner, they will model. The learner will model individually with the teacher during the activity and the procedures. The digraph sorting will be used during this procedure. The teacher will orally say the digraph words given off the list of the YouTube video, and the student will repeat the digraph in their own language. The teacher will have the whole class say the English form as well as the ELL language. So, for example, if the ELL language learners' home language is Spanish, the teacher would say church, and then the language learner would say iglesias, which is the Spanish word for church, and then the learners would copy. For remediation, depending on the number of students who need extra help, the students will individually come to the teacher's desk for small sessions during recess, and they will review over the procedures during the sorting activity. The teacher will orally give digraphs that were not on the video, and the learner will put the digraphs in the correct column. If there are more than 4 students that need remediation, the learners will get into partners during recess and review over the procedures during the diagram scoot activity. The partners will work together to complete more of the scoop cards. Remediation time will help the students focus on digraphs using more modeling from the teacher. And then for the enrichment, we're understanding, applying, and creating. This is for the student who is proficient in reading and understanding words with digraphs. The learner will write a story that includes many examples with TH, SH, WH, and CH. And they'll just need a notebook, pencil, and paper for that. It's just a written response. And as far as reflective comments go, I'm still working on being able to give directions, and I'm trying to make the directions more clearly for the students to understand, and I just want the kids to enjoy the hands-on activities that I choose. Thank you for listening to my phonics lesson.